Hey friends, welcome back to Lori's Boston Found, where thrifted is the new black. My name is Lori. I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark and on eBay. And today I'm doing a little breakthrough video coming back at you with a Thrift Across New England video. I couldn't stay away from this series. If you're unfamiliar with this series, I did do, I think it was like an 8-part series where I traveled to all the states in New England and thrifted and brought you along with me. I do have a playlist. I will list that below. I will link it below. And then I wrapped up the series, but then this past weekend, my husband and I took a trip to Deerfield, Massachusetts, which is the home of Yankee Candle Village. So Jay went to UMass Amherst for college, and Deerfield is a short drive from Amherst. So when the kids were little, we really loved taking them to that area. We would visit the college, you know, go for Sal's Pizza downtown, walk around the campus, and then we'd often end up in Deerfield. And this time of year is just beautiful. I love going to Yankee Candle and walking through the Department 56 villages and grabbing some popcorn and buying some candles that I don't need, you know, all that fun stuff. They always have great specials going on. So naturally, I wanted to see what thrift stores were in the area. And I don't know about you, but when I try to go thrifting on Sundays, usually I'm disappointed because a lot of places are closed. And there was this one place that was open in Greenfield, which was about 20 minutes from Deerfield. So we went thrifting. I found some fantastic things, and there were a lot of thrift stores down there. So come along with me. We'll go thrift. I'll take you over to Yankee Candle, show you some of the great things that they have at Yankee Candle Village, and then we'll meet back here with a haul. I got some amazing pieces. One in particular blew my mind. You'll see it in the thrift with me. Oh my gosh, I'm like sweating. Jay and I just went from a walk. We literally just walked in the door from like a 2-mile walk, and I think my body's still sweating. So give me some time to cool off. Check out the thrift with me, and I'll be right back. So right off the bat, I noticed that they have this $5 rack. I do go back and spend some time over there, and I find a couple pieces, which is great. I love that so many consignment stores always have a decent sale rack. I mentioned later in the video that a few things were 50% off. It was actually 40% off, which I forgot until I rewatched this footage. I love to always kind of walk around the store and get a feel for what their pricing is and the quality of the items that they have in the store. They had this nice display with some shoes. I feel like I have a lot of shoes that need to get listed, so I didn't spend too much time over here. I was curious about the Stuart Weitzmans because I've had some luck selling Stuart Weitzman at the Real, but not for consignment prices. It's more like a bids thing. I like these Dune loafers. The comps on Dune aren't great. Again, I would definitely consider getting these things at the bins or if they were like $5 or less, but have to be more selective when I'm in a consignment environment. The store was so neat and laid out in such a nice way. The racks were divided by size. Just peeking through some dresses here. It's a nice Athleta dress. And for $18.50, I just would not pick that up. Even if that was 40% off, I probably would have left it behind, although, you know, I would have at least run the comps on it. Now this dress, again, I made a mistake. I think in the haul I say that this was $14. It was $11.50, and it was a collab between Balmain and H&M. At first glance, I just saw the H&M, and then I, you know, moved that collar down a little bit more. And then to be sure, I just wanted to make sure the zipper worked. It's very difficult to unzip a dress with my non-dominant hand and film at the same time, but I did it. So yeah, Balmain and H&M. I will talk about this dress later in the video. I will say that certain collabs can bring in a lot of money, and they are always worth looking into. I continued to look here, and it's funny because that dress was $11.50 and the comps on that were so much better, and then they have Athleta priced much higher. I've been doing all right with dresses this summer. I have a new appreciation for dresses. There was a while there where they were very low on my list of items to search for, and they've been doing okay, but we are coming out of summer. I do have a lot in stock, so I might tap the brakes a little bit on dresses and shift my focus to sweaters and denim and outdoor stuff. for the next coming months. This is a Free People piece that I do leave behind. A little pricey. Speaking of sweaters and some tops, here are some tops and sweaters just mixed in together. I was peeking through these. A lot of the prices are, you know, $7, $8. You see some Kohl's brands mixed in there, Chico's, a lot of stuff that I don't love to carry in my closet, but I will carry all of those brands for the right price and the right style. But I do find a piece here that I'm pretty excited about as I'm peeking through. And it is this. It's a nice vintage sweatshirt that I will talk about later in the haul. Love me a good Cape Cod sweatshirt. Now here I find some Lululemon tank tops on the athletic rack. And tanks just don't do great for me. This is an older style as well. Of course, I would grab that for like $3 or $4, but not for $9.50. I think their tank tops typically sell between $20 and $25 for me, so that just wouldn't be worth it. This, on the other hand, is a brand that I love to sell. The brand is called Ibex. And this is merino wool. Great quality. This is a cycling shirt, which was pretty interesting to me. And I will talk about this in the haul as well. Put that aside. Now this is aloe. That's an old aloe piece, and it's very basic and $8.50. That's definitely a pass for me. Fabletics I do like, but not at consignment store prices. I'm pretty picky with Fabletics. I've never really sold Mountain Hardware. It's a brand I hear a lot of resellers talk about, but it's not something that I pick up very frequently. I meant to look into that logo, but I didn't. Does anybody know what this brand is? I left this one behind. I always, when I watch my videos back, sometimes think, oh, I should have researched that a little bit more. I find a little Patagonia. Looks like a layering piece, but for the price, probably not going to bring a return that would make it worth picking up. But overall, this was such a wonderful store. Hens and Chick in Greenfield, Mass. Highly recommend it. Just some cute little shots of downtown, and now we are headed to Yankee. on the piano, little Disney. This was cool. The Harry Potter setup is awesome, and we're like so in fall mode now. That's the Weasley family. Bellatrix. Now back into the area. They sell these little samplers. They were having a special on them for $1 a piece. These are nice if you have little votives around the house. All right, in time for the haul. Isn't Yankee Candle such a fun place? I ended up getting Jay one of the villages for his birthday. He's like, look, we were walking through there. I'm like, we are like officially old. We're walking through here without our kids, just like on a little day trip. But it's so cute out there, and it just gets better. Being in Deerfield and Western Mass in the fall, I mean, it's hard to beat it. It's just so beautiful. I'll link Yankee Candle below. I don't have an affiliate link or anything, but if you wanted to check it out and tell me, is Yankee Candle a thing outside of the Northeast? I mean, it's such a big deal here. We always do fundraisers for the schools and stuff that go through Yankee Candle and all that stuff. So I don't know if people buy Yankee Candles elsewhere, but we love them. All right, time for the haul. That's what you're here for. This place was really great. I ended up getting 10 pieces and I spent $89. So my average cost of goods was almost $9. So very different than my normal cost of goods, which is usually around $5. As I discovered with thrifting at other places during my Thrift Across New England series, a lot of these buy, sell, trade stores always have a sale rack. So when I walked in, there was that rack that I was looking through that was just a $5 rack. And on that rack, I got these 2 Lily Pulitzer dresses. Now, I wouldn't really pay up for Lily Pulitzer at this point unless it was a really special piece. But these dresses were really cute. So this is a striped dress and it has like the little lily right here on the tag. It says a little bit of tarnishing, but it's really cute. This is an extra small. There we go. And the comps on this were actually so good. I paid $5 for this. I think I have it listed in the 60s, maybe. I saw some comps as high as 75 for this and as low as like 15, 20. So I'm hoping to get around $40 for this, which is a great flip since I only paid $5. Oh, and also the blues, navy blue and light blue tags were also 50% off. So there were some deals to be had. This is the other dress that I got. I haven't listed this yet or done the comps, but it has this fun lace at the bottom and it also has the zipper in the front. Oh, wait a second, that's the back. That's interesting. The zipper's in the front on that one and the back on this one. And this is a size 6. So this is the front of it. And the zipper's in the back. And it has like this nice little floral texture to it. I'm not sure if you guys saw the video where I got the vintage Lily Pulitzer dress that ended up selling for $299 on eBay. I can link that video above. That was great. That was like a vintage Lily from the 60s. And ever since I did research on that dress, I wasn't a big fan of Lily Pulitzer. It's just not really my style. I'm not that preppy. But I do really have an appreciation for the company and the history of it. So I've definitely been taking a second glance at some Lily Pulitzer pieces that I would originally maybe not get that excited over. So hoping that those dresses both average about $35, $45 on a return with a $5 investment. Next up is a very basic piece, but this is just a brand that I love to have in my closet. And that is Aritzia. This is Wilfred, which is sold at Aritzia. I don't know why my camera's having trouble focusing today. This is just a very basic little skirt, a little maroon skirt. Typically, I like to get something that has a little more pizzazz to it, but I loved just the single pocket. It's nice and it's a lined skirt. I think it's the perfect season for this. And yeah, I noticed that my son Anthony's girlfriend, this Aritzia is her favorite brand, and Angelina, my daughter, is mentioning it now, which I don't think she ever mentioned Aritzia until this year. So I don't know if it's just more popular with the 20 and above as opposed to like the teens, but I've always really liked Aritzia, and so I think that was $8. I'm not sure what the price was on that. This is a vintage Levi's denim skirt, and it is a little bit of a high-low. It has like a little bit of a higher hem in the front, if you can see that, and kind of scoops down in the back. It is a size 13, which is like a junior size, made in Mexico, 100% cotton, and this is the back. This looks very much like it was made in the 90s to me. or maybe very early 2000s. And it is a larger size, which is great. I would even say that the waist seems like a little stretched out, but it's 100% cotton. So now this was $10, but it had a 50% off tag. I believe this was a half off piece. So I think I paid $5 or it was 12 and I paid $6. So that was well worth it to me. I love carrying Levi's. I love vintage Levi's. I don't know how this is gonna do, but we will see. It was a unique piece. It is distressed, so we'll give it a try. This I was really excited about. This was in the activewear section, which I looked at the leggings when I first got there. And then I went and grabbed coffee with Jay and then came back. And when I came back a second time, I looked through the activewear shirts and I found this Ibex. Now, I love Ibex. This is definitely a brand to be on the lookout for. This is like a true gold. It's 100% ultra-fine merino wool. I paid $14 for this, which I happily paid that because I have really good luck selling Ibex. But this is a cycling shirt. And I've never sold their cycling gear before. In fact, I didn't even know that they made cycling gear. But I did know that it was in perfect condition. I have really good luck selling Ibex. Usually I get over $50 a piece, depending on what I'm selling, but I've had stuff sell even over $100 with the Ibex label. Then I got home and I realized that it was new with tag. I had no idea when I purchased it that it was new with tag because the collar is high. So an added bonus, I do have this listed at $75. Some of the comps on this particular shirt, I haven't seen any new, like comps on new pieces, but they're anywhere between like 25 and 60 pre-owned. So I'm hoping that new will bring in over $50. You'll see that in all of the pieces that I chose today, I am not anticipating getting less than like $35 on any of the items that I picked up. When I'm spending more money, I expect to make more money. This was probably the riskiest piece that I picked up, but then I looked at the comps and they were pretty good. And I did find some stock photos too, and I just thought these were so cute. The brand is Yes No. And the fabric tag is all in, I imagine this is Chinese. So I can't tell what the fabric content is or anything, but these are so cute. I think they have a 14-inch rise and look at this leg. It is so cute. I feel like this could be a medium or a large. Across the front measures 14 inches, so 28, and that's unstretched. So I definitely think this could go into a large, and the rise is high, and there's like the ripped distressing and just this beautiful, beautiful embroidery. I loved these. These were $10 and they were not on sale and they weren't a big brand. This was definitely a style pickup. I have them listed at $44, maybe even more than that. I think I ended up listing them at $44 because I saw a couple that were new with tag listed at $44, but I saw a sold comp for $60. So I was thinking if I listed it at $44, I would probably get somewhere between $35 and $40. I don't want to go too much lower than that since I paid $10 for them. This was not on sale, but it was not priced high. And this is a men's denim jacket by Levi's. It is a black acid wash jacket in a size large. I would consider this unisex. I would absolutely wear this. It's all Sherpa lined. This retails for $98. It has like quilted liner on the arms and then all Sherpa in the bulk of the jacket. I definitely think it's, gosh, you know what? I wonder if it's women's because usually a men's large just in the length is much longer. Let me see. No, this is definitely men's based on the way the buttons go. So this is definitely a men's jacket. But anyways, I love it so much. I'm going to price this between $60 and $75. It retails for $98. I love the Sherpa on the neck. Just so nice, the detailing. I love the acid wash. See how the inside is like quilted in the arms and then all Sherpa? I love this jacket. So $14, I did not think was a bad price for this. Yeah, hoping to get 50 or more for that. Some people are really into vintage t-shirts. I really love vintage sweatshirts. I have this amazing vintage New York City sweatshirt that has, it's like an evergreen color and it has embroidery of like different landmarks in New York on the chest, and it has the Twin Towers, which I think is so cool. And I bought it with the intention of selling it and I just can't part with it. This really gives me those vibes, but this is even better, I think, because it has like this ringer detail. This is a vintage Cape Cod sweatshirt. I may have featured this in the Thrift with me. This was $9 or $9.50. So this is a silk screen where it says Cape Cod, and then the lighthouse and everything else is embroidered. And here is the tag. It's 50/50 made in the USA. Pro 5000 is the brand. I just love this like eggplant purple. I think this is so adorable. I think this is one of my favorite pieces. So I do have this listed, but I also plan on wearing it a couple times before I let it go. Yeah, I'm not a huge t-shirt person. The fact that I'm even wearing a t-shirt for this haul is rare, and it's probably just because I just went for a walk. But I don't wear a lot of t-shirts. I wear a lot of sweatshirts though, and a lot of hoodies, and this is just a great vintage piece. So I think I have this priced around $50. That was more of a sentimental purchase. All right, just 2 more items, and I'm saving the best for last. This is just this amazing, beautiful wool sweater. And it has like a little bit of like a straight, if it were a wider neck, it would be like a boat neck because it comes straight across. The brand is Original Iceland of Sweden. Scandinavian lamb's wool. Look at this vintage tag. I think is so cool. There's the tag. And the quality is just so beautiful. It's like a thick lamb's wool. I just love the colors in it. When I brought it up to the register, the shop owner said to me, "Oh my gosh, that's my sweater. I wanted to keep that." I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you want me to leave it behind?" She's like, "No, it's too big." But she's like, "That is like my favorite sweater in the store." And I just happened to see it. There was one rack that I hadn't gone over. It's definitely worth it to take your time in these places because I feel like every time I went through a rack a second, a third time, I was seeing things differently, and I found things. It's like a store has layers, and you do like a quick walk through, and then you kind of walk through again, and some things pop out at you, and others like the ibex I didn't spy right away. I spent a good probably hour and a half, 2 hours in this store. You can find such gems. And again, these are curated styles. These are pieces that the shop owner decided to take into the store, looked over for stains. They do a lot of the work that we as thrifters have to do in the Goodwill before they take these pieces in. Not to say that they can't miss something and that occasionally you get damaged items, but in general, you find stuff that's really nice. Okay, this is my favorite piece of the day. And one that I really, at first when I looked at it, I saw, okay, so first of all, it's got padded shoulders, total Y2K vibes. This bodycon, which I am not into these bodycon fitted style dresses, but this had weight to it. I mean, this felt like such a substantial piece that when I touched it, even though it was a style that I don't typically go for, I had to see who made it. And it had shoulder pads, so I'm like, this has to be like dated somewhat. It's got a zipper all down the back, and it's stretchy, but it's heavy, heavy material. So as you saw in the Thrift with me, I zipped, at first I looked here and I just saw H&M, and I was like, well, that doesn't get me too excited. But then I saw that it was a collab between Balmain and H&M. And even still, I wasn't like thrilled yet, because you never know with collabs. I mean, sometimes you see designers and then they're for Target, and you know that typically that really brings the value down if you compare it to just the designer not collaborating with Target. But certain collaborations do very well, and it's just the opposite. They're worn by a lot of celebrities and bloggers and whatnot, and this was everywhere on the internet, and I've had a lot of interest in it. Somebody put it in a bundle today. It probably already has 6 or 7 likes on it. I've only had it listed for not even 24 hours, and people have asked me the condition. Like, I've just had a couple questions on it, so I don't anticipate this will be around forever. Some people have this listed over $200. I have mine listed at $159 based on sold comps and availability. There were a fair amount of size 6s. I could have easily priced this at $200. I decided to go on the lower end, which is not typical for me. So I priced it at $159. I've sent out offers for 10% with free shipping, and I'm gonna leave it there for a while and collect a bunch of likes. So as people like it, I'll continue to send out the offer for 10% with free shipping. And then, you know, once I have like 20 likes on it, boom, I'll drop it down to 20% and then send out offers. Hey everybody, I'm just popping in to let you know that this is where the title for my thumbnail came in. This actually sold. I woke up this morning to a $145 offer and I was really excited. I have it priced at $159, so I thought that was such a fair offer. And I think that offer came in because I had this priced very competitively. There were some of these listed over 200, and I just wasn't sure about the style, but I guess that Y2K vibe is alive and strong. So shoulder pads and all. So for $145, this was $11.50. Poshmark fees were $29. I was left with $116 minus $11.50. That would bring me down to $104.50. And then the entire haul was $89 and change, which means I paid for the entire haul. I could still go get a couple lattes at Starbucks. And the turnaround on this was really tremendous. This probably sold in 4 days. Which leads me to always wonder, did I price it too low? But I don't think so. I mean, I made almost 10 times what I paid for it. So I am very happy with that. And I paid for this whole haul. And yeah, now the rest is all gravy. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to pop in and let you know. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these, they all are live in my Poshmark closet. You can head over to LORIBOSTONFOUND on Poshmark and check them out. Let me know you're from YouTube and I will definitely give you a little discount. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little bonus installment to Thrift Across New England. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me, and feel free to share this video with a friend if you think they would enjoy this New England series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I'll be back real soon with another video. Thanks everybody. Bye.
What did I do but miss my home? Oh, New England. I have been out west to California. I miss the land where I was born. Oh, New England. Can't help it. Oh, New England. Oh, New England.